to all our viewers across the globe. Welcome to Breakfast News on AYOGEN. I am Charles Olowe Oluwafemi. Here are the major news headlines for today on our local news this morning. Industrialist accused IGP officer of conniving with foreigner to defraud him of $58,000 and 118 million naira. Senate order Unibank to refund 603 million naira. On our political news this morning, anti-Aregbesola protest in Lagos demonstrators berate minister. On our business news, fuel scarcity, private depot likely to hike rate of fuel price above 180 per litre. On our sports news, Falcons land in Abidjan ahead Africa class. On our health news, both enhancement surgery can lead to death, surgeon warns. Finally, on our entertainment headline, BB Niger Sami knocked fans who dictate celebrities' love affair. Stay tuned as we bring you the details of the news. Back. Here the news in detail. Industrialist accused IG officer of conniving with foreigner to defraud him of $58,000 and $1.8 million. A Lagos-based industrialist Emmanuel Madumire has accused two officers of Inspector General of Police monitoring team of extortion, intimidation, and connivance with a Chinese national to defraud him of $58,000 and 18 million naira. Madure stated that he asked the foreigner Eric Bing to supply him 34-foot container of 11 tons of spacker wire at the rate of $1.47 per roll in 2012. But after delivery of the consignment and payment of 18 million naira for clearance at the port, Madure said a substantial part of the product, total 27,832 rolls, were fake. Madure said he returned the product to Bain Company with an agreement that he will refund him for the loss, which stood at $84,310, as well as the sum of $18 million, 80 million naira, the cost of clearing the goods at the port. He said he reported the matter to the police, accusing the duo of CSP Dalatu Usman and Clifford Agboje, attached to the IGP monitoring team of Edi Bing. Madire alleged that the police freed the foreigner and extort him complainants of 2 million naira under the guise of investigating the matter. These were contained in petition to the IG and the Police Service Commission dated February 17, 2022, a copy which was obtained by our correspondents on Sunday. The petition said, my predicament started in 2012 when we entered into a transaction of sale speaker wire with Navigator Production Limited, owned by a Chinese national, Mr. Eric Q. Bang. This resulted in Navigator selling 3 containers of 40 feet 11 speaker wire at the rate of $1.47 per roll to me. After the delivery of the consignment, we discovered that a substantial quantity of the product, totaling 27,832 rolls, were fake. For this reason, they were not of merchantable quality and outfit purpose. This made our customer return the same after sale, thus getting us into a huge loss. When they return the fake product of negotiation is expectation of it refunding us, which is cost, we stood at $84,310. As a law-abiding citizen, I approached the Nigerian Police Force through the Inspector General Police Monitoring Unit. The police invited Mr. Eric Bing on February 16, 2016 through a letter signed by the ACP Ben Naboliza requesting an interview through the CSP Dalatu Usman. Mr. Ben was subsequently arrested in the north after he was tracked. To my greatest surprise, rather than the police make Mr. Bing pay my money or charge him to court, the police let Mr. Bing off the hook, refunding me a paltry sum of $10,000. Several efforts by me to make the police, led by CSP Ato Osman and Clifford Agboji, to rearrest Mr. Eric Bean or his guarantor, Mr. Paul Kais, has been unsuccessfully. Rather, the two police officers have fraudulently extorted me to the tune of about 2 million naira under the pretext of investigation, while shedding Bean, who is believed has compromised them. Effort to get the acting Force Police Relation Officer Muyiwa Adejobi was unsuccessful, as several calls to his telephone line were not answered. He had yet also to respond to a text message sent to his line as of press time. The spokesperson for the Police Service Commission, Ikechukwu Ani, said he was not aware of the petition. When our correspondent placed a call to Bean line, it indicated that it was switched off. A response to a text message to the same line was still being awaited as of the time of filing this report. Still on our local news, Senate ordered Uni Abuja to refund 603 million naira. The Senate Committee of Public Accounts has sustained a query issued by the Office of the Auditor General of the Federation against the University of Abuja, alleging mismanagement of 603 million naira out of the 2.4 billion naira internationally generated revenue for the institution. The office has issued the query in its 2017 report, asking University of Abuja to refund the 603 million naira to the Consolidated Revenue Fund. The Vice-Chancellor of Uni Abuja, Abdulrasheed Nahala, while responding to query before the committee chaired by Senator Matthew Ogoide, claimed that the IGR was inadequately to run the affair of the institution. Nahala said the peculiarity of the universities in Nigeria is too clear and they do not have enough IGR to remit to the Consolidated Revenue Fund. As deduced by the Auditor General, the universities collected only third-party revenue from student revenue collected are for specific purposes such as union due, ID card, medical fee, laboratory fee. Cost recoveries as concept is adopted by the university that each charge collected were used to pay for service rendered. For instance, ID card charge were used to process ID cards for students. These revenue are not enough for the purpose collected, and therefore the capacity of the university to remit surplus is lacking. He also said who represented the Vice Chancellor, Senator Ibrahim Adeja, ordered a refund of 603 million naira to the CRF. The OAUGF query reads: the Federal Circular Reference Number BO/REV/12235/259/VII/201, dated November 11, 2011, issued by the Minister of Finance, restricting expenditure on IGR to 75%, 75%, while 25% is to remitted to the JRF. During the review of financial record and documents, it was observed that the university generated the sum of 2 billion naira plus internally in 2016 and 2017. The yearly revenue generated internally was 1,463,397,604 naira in 2016 and 950,690,441 naira in 2017. Meanwhile, the university failed to remit 25% of its IGR, amounting to 603,446,911 naira to the Consolidated Revenue Fund. Non-remittance of the IGR show lack of control in the expenditure of public funds. Furthermore, fund for developmental purpose has tied down. The Vice Chancellor is required to remit the sum of 603 million naira plus, being 25% of IGR, to the CRF immediately after, and forward evidence of remittance to my office for consolidation. On our political news, anti-Aregbesol's protest in Lagos demonstrated berate the minister. Same member of the All Progressive Congress on Sunday in Lagos protested against the Minister Interior, Mr. Rauf Aregbesola, over his reported face-off with a national leader of the party, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The protest took place at the Alimosho area of the of the state. The protests were armed with banners with different inscriptions such as "We reaffirm Alimosho as Tinubu's country. We are not ingrate. Asiwaju remain our man," and say no to Batco. Some of the protests also displayed and danced with wooden coffin depict the end of ministers' political in Lagos. Effort to get Shola Fashure, the medical advisor to Arigbesola, to react to the protest proved fertile as call to his line rang out, while he has not replied to the text sent to him as of the time of filing this report. On a business story, fuel scarcity, private depot hike rate, more filling station may sell above 180 per litre. The cost of petrol, premium motor spirit, popularly called petrol, may hit or exceed 180 naira per litre in more filling station in coming week if nothing is done about a recent hike in it as depot price by private depot owners. It was gathered that most private depot owners recently raised the cost of petrol from the approved 142 and 145 litre per price to between 162 naira to 170 naira. This oil marketer said had already made some filling station owned by independent marketer to start dispensing petrol at 180 per litre above the approved and regulated pump price of 165 per litre. But the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, Nigeria source importer of petrol, said it was not aware of the hike in price by private depot owner. Also, the regulator of the sector, Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, demanded independent marketer to make a formal complaint, while the oil dealer argued that they had already informed the agency. The National Public Relations Officer, Independent Petroleum Marketer Association of Nigeria Chief Ukadike Chinedu, told our correspondent that although the number of filling stations in Lagos and Abuja that sold petrol above the regulated rate were few, many outlets in other states currently dispense the products at 170 naira to 180 per litre. He said petrol is being sold in private tank farm depot at 167 to 170 per litre. In fact, a friend contacted me to say that some tank farm owner were selling at 180 per litre in Port Harcourt. So I want to tell you that fuel will be available, but it will be expensive in many more areas in the coming weeks if they continue like this. He explained that the non-supply of the products by the NNPC to the oil company inland depot had warranted the high cost of products at private tank farm. What is required is that the NNPC should supply the products to their inland depots to ensure that facilities such as Wari and Port Harcourt refinery and some depots have products so that marketers can take fuel at the approved 142 to 145 litre per naira, says Unduka. It added the national president of IP-MAN, Debo Ahmed, has directed that all marketers should run 24-hour service, and he appealed to security agencies to provide adequate security so that that is what we need now. And it also wants to let you know that the price of petrol is some filling station is above 165 per litre as approved by the government, and this is because they are not getting the product at the approved NNPC's price. When told that the commodity was still dispensed at the approved rate of 165 naira per litre in parts of Abuja and Lagos, IP-MAN spokesperson replied, "If you watch closely, it is mainly the major marketer and some mega filling station. And this is because these major marketers who are far less in number than independent marketers, particularly in other states outside the two areas you mentioned, source their products from NNPC." On our sports news, Falcons land in Abidjan ahead of Ivory Coast clash. The Super Falcons landed in Abidjan on Sunday ahead of their 2022 Women's African Cup of Nations second leg qualifier against Ivory Coast. The second leg feature is scheduled for the Stade Roberts Champrox in Abuja on Wednesday. The Nigerian Football Federation, through the media team, confirmed the arrival of Falcons in Abuja. "We have landed safely in Abidjan for Wednesday's second leg match against Ivory Coast," the media team tweeted. A brace by US-based forward Ifeoma Onomonu helped the 9-time African champions edge the Ladies Elephant 2-0 in the first leg at the Moshood Abiola National Stadium, Abuja, on Friday to put one leg into the 12th Women African Cup of Nations final in Morocco. A draw would see the Falcon book a place at the WACO in Morocco, from where African representative at next year's Women's World Cup will emerge. Meanwhile, Captain Azizat Oshoala will miss out of the first leg feature due to a hamstring injury, has also been ruled out of the feature. The team also had their first training on Sunday evening at the Palace des Sports de Traversal in Abidjan. On our health news, both enhancement surgery can lead to death, surgeon warns. Lagos-based plastic surgeon Dr. David Eguogu, who has warned that complications for both enhancement can lead to death, particularly if conducted by a quack. Dr. Davis, who spoke with our correspondent on Saturday, said the most common surgical procedure in Brazilian both left, noting that it involved the injection of fat from other areas of the body in the bottle. There are so many ways that the bottle is enhanced, but the one that has the greatest complication that have been seen is the bottle's injection. The procedure is done in such a way that the place the fat is injected and the quantity of fat in the outcome. If it is injected in the proper place, the chance of having complications are low. The medical practitioner, however, said that the worst complication that causes death is the injection of fat into the bloodstream. The worst complication is what we call for embolism. When the fat is injected into the bloodstream, this fat can travel to any part of the body. Fat should not be in the bloodstream. Death can occur when fat goes into the bloodstream. He also advised that those interested in the procedure should seek the service of plastic surgeon and not untrained people. That is not to say complications cannot occur with a certified plastic surgeon. What I'm saying is that the complications are less. The difference between someone who is trained and a quack is that the trained knows about the complication and how to handle them if they should occur. Finally, on our entertainment news, BB Naija Sammy knock fans who dictated celebrity love affair. Former Big Brother Naija Shine Your Eyes housemate Shamin Alifa, popularly known as Samin, has knocked fans who felt they could dictate the love affair of celebrities. In Twitter thread on Sunday, the reality TV star made a case for fans who asked celebrities to break up with their partners. He noted that fans do not have the right to do such since they didn't create the celebrity or knows the detail of their relationship. The up-and-coming filmmaker further asked fans to mind their business on social media as celebrities' relationships do not concern them. He wrote, imagine strangers telling you to break up with your partner because they are not attracted to them, or he or she isn't right for you because of where they are from. They don't know how this person treated you or how you feel about this person. They just feel like your partner isn't cut enough for you. Who gives you the right to tell someone who doesn't even know you exist who to love and, in fact, what to do? Did you create the person? You all on social media need to mind your business respectively. Public figure doesn't mean their law of life or who they are. Choose is your business. He also knows celebrity who sought validation from the social media, adding that they needed therapy. The people who get validation from social media needs to check in whether they are therapists, because that is not life, real life. Tweeted. Sammy added, you all are trying to please the people who are just all over the net watching public figure who they like and having just more option. Stay tuned to AYOGEN TV, then we'll give you the headline. This is Breakfast News on AYOGEN. Before we end the news this morning, here are the news headlines once again. On our local news this morning, Industrialists accuse IGP officers of conniving with foreigners to defraud him of $58,000 and 80 million naira. Senate order Uni Abuja to refund 603 million naira. Political news. Anti-Aregbesol's protest in Lagos, demonstrators berate ministers. Business news. Fuel scarcity, private depot hike rates. More filling station may sell above 180 naira per litre. On our sports news, Falcons land in Abidjan ahead Ivory Coast clash. On our health story, but enhancement surgery can lead to death, surgeon warned. Finally, on our entertainment news, BB Niger Sami knock fans who dictate celebrities' love affair. Though here is the end of the news on our breakfast news today, and don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms. Follow us on our YouTube page AYOGEN TV, follow us on our Facebook page AYOGEN link, and follow us on our Instagram page as well as our Twitter handle. And stay tuned to AYOGEN TV as we bring you every news as it's being broadcast from the ancient city of Ondo Kingdom. This is AYOGEN TV, and we say from all of us that you should enjoy your weekend. I am Charles Olowe Oluwafemi.